beautiful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. First drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 19 carries, 93 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third.
Somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. On the bootleg, it's Brissett. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Brissett. That's complete to Auclair, the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, Eckler. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first. This is how they will line.
Against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You've got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. He's got Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 18-yard line.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try to throw now. Brissett under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Here's Brissett. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. 4 catches, 77 yards. Looking to throw. Bowman got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. On first down, it's Taylor. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Off play action. Bowman. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They begin with Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. This is Eckler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Taylor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Bowman. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And he was plus 5 seconds there with the football. Is there a time that a quarterback has to get rid of it?
Somewhere generally around 3 seconds. So just like we're playing in our turkey bowl, right, in our backyards, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that ball better be gone, because anything past that, that's usually the end result.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Check it back, check it back.
They'll run with Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And with this offense, what about DJ Fluker?
Came out of Alabama, could play tackle, could play guard. He's so big, Brandon, I think he plays both at the same time.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Bowman nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. A first down throw for Brissett. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 7, Vikings nothing.
On second down now. It's Henry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The Bucs on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. Now run with Henry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Brissett. And he finds Howard complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready, go.
Brissett now. He finds his target. It's Evans. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
the timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pitt. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, it's Taylor. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Off the bootleg, Bowman. And that's caught by Smith. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bowman. Open man is Anderson. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now Drake. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
James has got it. Complete. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Taylor, well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Brissett. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
I got you, boy. Tight dog.
A 1st down carry for Henry. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Brissett. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Brissett. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll throw again. Brissett. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 4 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Looking to throw. Bowman. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Second down and inches. And Diggs has it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Sanders is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Henry. And an alley to run. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game is Jacoby Brissett, who's led the way on offense in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Bowman. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Yeah, he's got that nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got
swagger
going? Yeah, he's definitely got that. You see him throwing the football, this nice little video. He's seeing that in his head as well because he wants more of that to happen. So anytime you see him that relaxed, that comfortable, usually it's a big thumbs up for his team.
And it's been a big highlight day for him. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down.
Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll get this to Eckler. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Love. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Brissett going deep here for Bryant. That's caught at the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Kill. Turn it up.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4, Brissett. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 7-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
that drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bowman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Bowman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Oh, the Bucs swarm in and they block it. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
His way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Lambeau on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the very rare blocked punt, scooped and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
And now out comes Minnesota. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking to throw. Bowman. And he slings one that's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. On third down, Bowman. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. So on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing, Brissett. And caught by Henry. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Draw play. This is Henry. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Draw play. It's Eckler. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down. Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Brissett. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down. 10 Tucson. Check 45 to Mike. Yeah, that's what I do. 5.
To throw on 2nd down. Bowman. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Bowman. And Anderson's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. Throwing on 1st down. Bowman. It's complete to Diggs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Ready, ready. 8, read. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Hit it.
On 1st down, Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Drake. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. To throw on 3rd down. Bowman looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Bowman. And it is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Bucs on third down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Brissett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Brissett now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. On play action, Brissett. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Henry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. On the ground, it's Eckler.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
This is Henry, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Mike 51. Cut, cut, cut. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
From the red zone now, Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And out now come the Vikings. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Complete. Smith has it. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will get him one closer. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, Henry, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
25, check 25, check 25.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5.
Still 2nd down.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is